So I have a Fire and Ash channel in the new Discord. Yes, the new one. And reference your pictures there. So pictures will be put there for you to reference. Now, headhunters. So, in EarthGov's military, it's pretty simple. You guys went through basic training, and you're miserable soldiers. Let's put it that way. You're good at following orders, but Julius, you suck at being a rank and file soldier. Physically, you're great, but in terms of being a soldier, you're horrible. It does happen. And same with Ash. Ash might be good with archaic handguns, but they hand him his assault rifle for assault rifle training, his Mark II Lancer, and he can't shoot straight to save his life. You guys just shoot well enough, barely enough, to get by. Lowest grade, lowest possible score, passing score. But when it comes to handgun training, Ash excels. When it comes to PT, physical fighting training, Julius excels. And this is noticed. So after basic training, you're immediately pulled. You have to do tests and stuff like that, intelligence tests. But instead of becoming cooks or cleaners or truck drivers, because the military, even in the real world, is its own bubble of an infrastructure. They have everything. So instead of becoming one of these type of a barber or a painter or something like that, you got drafted into the headhunters. So your base is located in Antarctica. You haven't been to Raven Rock yet. You just got here. That's why your tokens are down here. Oh, it's this. It's been a while, yeah. So you just got here. You've been training at an outpost called Nor 31. It's where the recruit headhunters train. Survival training in probably the harshest environment on our planet, Earth. Most of this game will take place here on Earth exclusively. Before we start, is there any questions besides damage values?
No.
No?
Okay. So, you're here. Julius has one kill. He has the black earring on his ear. He killed some great snow beast in Antarctica. Ash, you were a little late getting to Nor 31 because you had to finish your schooling and testing and stuff like that. Julius was a little ahead of the game. You're here. I hope you have a name for your unit, and I hope it's something appropriate. But without further ado, make your way. You hear your names. It's a female voice with a British accent. She's calling to you. Ash and Julius, report to my office immediately, the command center, which would be up here.
Yeah.
Sure people wait.
Yeah, they can wait as long as they want.
So as you enter the room, futuristic EarthGov base, it's built into the side of the mountain, Raven Rock from Fallout. You see dynamic lighting. Oh, that's that crap from Gallia, which we won't run. Okay. So you see this cute. She's very cute. You have to scroll it. Pop up some pictures. Boom. Boom. I was far more efficient on 2 monitors, but that... And boom. So, you see this cute chick? She looks different. Very, very different. And so where your tokens are, you're right next to her. You're looking at her. And this lady, she's smoking a long cigar. She's your commanding officer, Commander Integra. You've heard about her at the outpost, how hard and harsh she can be. She has her finger out, and it's bleeding. She's holding it in front of Saris, and she's saying, "Now, Saris, drink." And Saris purses her lips, shakes her head. She looks at her with disgust, and she says, "Really, Saris?" She sucks the blood off of her hand, puts her silky white glove back on. "Someday you'll have to accept what you are and drink." They notice you guys as you walk in. Saris looks at you, kind of smiles. Integra shoos her out of her office, and she walks, boom, out here, and grows, apparently. There we go. And she just goes about her business. Front and center, boys!
Yes, sir.
So, you're the new headhunter trainees I've heard so much about. Welcome aboard. Tell me a little about yourselves, starting with you, spiky hair. And she points to Julie.
I'm Julius Rainfall. I'm here because I was forced to be here by the military that I never wanted to join. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
She chuckles and looks over at Ash. Go on.
Asherion Valoris. Here because it seemed like the best place to go. Apparently, I'm good with a pistol. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
She looks down at a little notepad, datapad thing she has, looks back up. Good with a pistol, but not much else, it would seem. And she has your shooting scores with assault rifles and ordnance-based weapons. And they're all like D, 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 but pistol is S++. And she says to you, we'll have to hone these other skills over time, Mr. Valorian.
I hope to, ma'am. Thank you.
She looks to Julius. I understand you're not excited to be here, but perhaps you can make more out of this than you think.
Maybe.
Go around the base, make yourself acquainted with who's here. I'm radioing your pilot. Her name is Pequod. She has a Parabola vertibird. It can get you anywhere on the planet within 2 hours. Quite advanced. I'll have your mission details for you very soon. She turns her back to you and shoos you out of the office.
Well, let's look around.
I suppose. Doesn't matter which way we go out.
Nope.
Like,
Anyway works.
all right, I'll just end it right here.
So now you're out on the helipad, and you're looking into the main base. Where you'd like to go. There's more EarthGov troops. These guys are your standard rank and file guys. They're around, guard duty, stuff like that. 2 of them are talking to Saris. People see you, nod at you, give you, gestures of hello like you'd get in real life. But nobody's, you're not heroes at this time in these characters' lives. So.
Alright. I'm gonna go see what's up with this.
Sure.
I'm just gonna follow Ash around.
Sure. So this guy's standing against the wall. He's typing on his wrist computer. He looks up at you guys. He's wearing the armor, just like in the picture. He doesn't look like he belongs here. He's not EarthGov rank and file's general issue, like GI. He doesn't look like those other guys. He looks at you guys and motions over. You must be the new headhunter.
Yes, sir.
The 2 and only.
Walks up. Puts his hand out.
Shakes it.
Puts it out to Julie.
He just nods.
You'll have to excuse him. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Understandable. Kind of cocks his head a little bit at Julius. Looks pretty tough. Anyway, my name's Lieutenant Maine. I have to look something up. Go ahead.
Private. I believe it's Private Asherion Valoris.
He points at your private insignia on your shoulder. Yes, correct. That's private.
Still getting used to the rank and file. My apologies.
I'm a DTP. That's Dynamic Trainer Program, or a member of the Dynamic Trainer Program. When General Rico took office a few years back, he implemented us. Veterans, kind of ready to be sunset from our careers, posted us all around the galaxy, all different types of units. I'm the Headhunters DTP. I could teach you guys new tactics. HICOM sending out new tactics all the time. I'm a veteran of the Archfiend incursion and quite a few wars with the UIR. Interested in learning?
Always.
All right, roll a 1d6, both of you. Good enough. Read what you're training. It's a combo attack. So I'll give you a synopsis as you read. It allows Julius to throw an assault plastique on one target once per mission, or long rest, whatever you prefer. When he throws it, it gives Ash an attack of opportunity on the assault plastique. Grab it for you.
Oh, I
Solid
like
plastic will look like that. So Ash, you'll get one chance. There's no re-rolling, nothing, no gridding, no trick shotting it. You just get an attack of opportunity, shoot it, 10 or higher, it'll explode for a significant amount of damage.
Will do.
Wait, is the explosion in an AoE or single target?
It will be single target.
Okay.
But it's a burst. It's a combo attack for high burst. Julius, you don't have to do anything. It costs you an action to throw it. That's it. Ash has to land the hit. But it's a 10, so it should be doable.
Yeah. Okay.
So he gives you a bag of these, a satchel of these, once per long rest. He nods. Now this. So he goes to 0, because that's all he has. These things will refresh over time. You'll go around and see some more people that have them, but they'll refresh over time, or you'll have to find things to give them charges. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So this will be the token. I'll pull it when the time comes, when we need it. But yeah, so you train with him just for about like 2 or 3 hours, and you guys are used to working together, even though Julius isn't exactly happy about it. He's impressed with how quick you're picking it up. Julius is throwing it at a target dummy. You're shooting it out of the air. Well, you should be good to go now. Anyway, good luck out there, boys. And he steps back against the wall, and he starts typing on his datapad.
All right. Where to next, boss man? And he does like a little sarcastic salute to Ash.
Love you too, Julius. Start walking down this way.
Okay, so you come in, and you can tell you're in the armory. You see a wall of different types of weapons. Some handguns, but mostly high explosive, high caliber rifles, laser weapons, stuff like that. And a guy standing behind a large terminal. He looks up at you. Boy!
Sam?
Grab his name. I'm Master Sergeant Hamer. The new headhunters, I assume?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, I'm your requisitions officer and armory officer. Each of you, as new headhunters here at Raven Rock, you can have one special requisition request. Plus, I have some other goodies for you, but whatever you're thinking, I probably have it in my armory, and if I don't, it'll take me about 4 or 5 days to get it here. I got shotguns, I got assault rifles, I got a plethora of melee weapons. He pulls up a beam saber and ignites it. This would be shocking to you because you've never seen one before. He kind of flips it up in the air and catches it. De-ignites it, I guess would be the word. What would you like? 1 apiece or 2 for 1? What would you like?
Do you have anything you're looking for, Drew?
I mean, I'm pretty good with my hands. You're more of the... You need things.
Special requisition, Let me think. Do you have anything in the way of, I guess we call it a pump action shotgun?
Yeah, hang on. He goes, types on his computer. You see a little robot come out, like a scanner bot, scav bot come out with one in his hand. Would look just like that. And he says this as he takes it in his hand, pumps it, is an M10 Max Tech Benelli. Hands it to you. Top of the line, what do you want? Slugs or buckshot? Slugs farther range, buckshot more damage.
Going off of his experience with stuff like that, buckshot.
Sure, here you go. He throws you a case, 10 shells. That will be a value of 3d8 damage.
Understood.
He pulls up a small box, opens it up. Inside rest 2 of these. These Colt 45s. You probably saw them in training, but these are cutting edge, top of the line models, custom made. We can have the trigger guards and stuff shaved down for you later on down the road. if you survive your first couple missions. But you're going to have 2 of these. At least that's what Sir Integra ordered for you. They do 1d8 apiece.
Understood. Thank
They
you.
come equipped with silencers as well. You can take them off or put them back on. Doesn't matter. But you get 2 free silencers.
Understood. Thank you.
He gives you 6 magazines for each.
Okay.
It holds 7 rounds per mag, so do the math. It's a lot of ammo. It's a lot of ammo. Now, while you're doing that, he looks over to Julius. The shotgun's 1 requisition. Anything for you? I got anything you can imagine.
Oh no, I'm sort of feeling a scythe.
Scythe. Yeah, sure. How many you want? 1 or 2?
1 that I hold in 2 hands.
Roger Dot. Other scav bot comes. Looks just like this, only it would like glow and look a little more futuristic. And it looks like a rod with no scythe on the top or anything. And then he pushes a button and it shoots out. So just like the Predator's combi stick. And he does it twice for you to show you. It can break down, look like a rod, hold it on your item or on your body, in your backpack, push the button, shoots out dangerous part towards enemies, closes it, collapses it, hands it to you. There you go.
That's amazing.
3d8 on that.
Can I get the damage value for the pistols one more time?
1d8.
1d8, thank you.
His requisitions are consumed. The more missions you complete, the more requisitions you'll have. Make sense?
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
If you need something special, something urgent, you'll have to see Sir Integra. She'll take care of you from there, and she'll pass along the paperwork from here.
Understood.
Good luck out there, boys. He salutes you, and he goes back to tending to the armor. This guy is not blocking the door to the med bay. There is a cute woman doctor in there. Imagine plastic windows, big futuristic panel plexiglass you can see through. You can see through in there. You can see her. And as he's tending to the armory, he says, "Boys, make sure you go check on the doctor. She'll have something for you as well."
Understood.
Okay.
This guy is not blocking the door, but I'm just going to leave him there. He's just in front of the door on his smoke break. So you can walk by him. He doesn't block your path or anything. So as you walk in, there's a very cute, female human doctor. She looks up at you. "Hello."
Hello, ma'am. Just seeing around the base. Julie. One of the new headhunter recruits, ma'am.
"Oh, pleasure to meet you. I'm Dr. Contry." She walks up to you and puts out her hand.
Takes it private Asharian. Yes, ma'am.
"Got a lot of guns there, Private."
That I do, I suppose.
She steps back. "Well, I have some more stuff for you. I hope you don't mind, but you'll have to carry more. Thankfully, these don't weigh too much." She has 2 small cases. Now, you're headhunters, and headhunters are an elite group. You wouldn't have gotten here if you weren't capable of taking on some of the most dangerous missions here on Earth. That being said, headhunter combat is very dynamic. There's only 2 of you. You don't have a squad to rely on, and therefore, we get requisitions from Beta 5 Division. Headhunters are part of Beta 5. Mostly Spartan tech we can get our hands on. Consult the thing. These, so you get 2 of these, she opens the case, are Flugart Impact Nano Delivery Dart Weapons, or what we like to call them, the Life Recovery Guns. She hands them to you. There's 2 needles in the case each, and they glow green and blue, like bright. If you look at it too long, it would start to screw with your eyesight. You'd see spots. Inside of these darts are small nanobots. They're concentrated. You can shoot yourself or each other with them, and it'll deliver, albeit it's a small heal, but it's better than dying, a 3d4 heal value. The range on the pistol is only 20 feet, and you don't, in some way or another, she's going to tell you don't have to roll to hit. You just roll the heal value, right? You just roll the 3d4. You won't like, oh, Julius rolled 13 on the gun. He misses the dart on Ash. It's not like that. You just have to shoot each other with the dart. It hits, and the nanobots do the work anywhere on the body. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Now, these can be upgraded. You complete more missions, you come to me, I'll have more requisitions that I can upgrade those with. Anything else I can get for you guys?
No, man. May sound foolish, but getting the feeling that the less we need to see you, the better.
I would say so, Private Valorius, I would say so. But I always enjoy company here in the Med Bay. Most headhunters tend to their own wounds. They're a very prideful bunch. I assume you'll become that way in time.
Being too proud to accept health gets people killed where I grew up.
She nods and smiles. I agree. That's why there's people like me. You hear your names over the intercom. Well, no, not even names. She just says, boys. Boys! Report to the command center immediately.
Well, that's our call to leave. Have a nice day, Doctor.
Take care, boys, and she waves at you. Now, as you're walking out, you see a very cute pilot chick, blonde hair, jump out of a gigantic, imagine the vertibirds from Fallout, just with like 10 times more thruster capacity, and they don't even have the spindly helicopter parts. It's just all thruster all day. Big dick energy is coming from this thing, and it's black instead of the ugly poopy brown and gray color. And there's a cute pilot that jumps out of it, and Saris goes to speak with her, and you hear your names on the intercom again.
I'll keep you waiting.
Demanding, ain't she?
Maggie, if she's at this position of power, she's earned it. Alright.
As you enter, she turns. Glad to see you're all prepared, armored up, ready to go. She pulls out a data pad, and she types on it. And imagine there's like the command table that they have in like the Brotherhood of Steel room and Fallout. Holo table, that's what we would call it. Like a holo table, and there's a city, a hologram city, and it says Seattle. You'll be going to Seattle, boys. Now, the Headhunters, when they first started, it was just an organization built into Beta 5 Division for assassins. Nowadays, we're a little more diverse in our work pool, let's put it that way. Investigatory missions, assassinations, hunting dangerous beasts, you name it. Tracking, close protection, we do everything. We have to do everything to stay relevant so we don't get chopping blocked and folded into another part of EarthGov. This mission will be more investigatory. You're going to Seattle. Now, I'm going to say you guys have studied enough about androids and replicants and stuff like that you're aware of what they are. It's the closest thing your brain can equate to is like the Warforged you saw in that other game that we played where these characters existed. But it makes sense to you. Like, so somehow there's like Warforged that like look like humans kind of thing, right? Or look like elves and stuff like that. Masked through technology. So she says, how familiar are you with Android?
Baseline.
Baseline. Familiar enough to know roughly what they are. No.
Understood? So apparently in Seattle, she's walking around smoking her cigar, consulting the holo table in front of her. Apparently, in one of the slum districts of Seattle, there was an android, replicant, whichever you prefer, whichever term, that's given birth. How and why, we don't know. This is not a common occurrence. She puts out her cigarette. Not a common occurrence at all. Apparently, even more so, it's not two androids giving birth. It's a human and an android female. So that would mean an android-human hybrid. That has great ramifications. Now, we've consulted with MaxTech, that's the corporation that makes these androids, and your shotgun there, Mr. Valorius, and quite a lot of weapons in the galaxy. They're one of the biggest arms dealers in the galaxy. That being said, we can't have humans and androids reproducing without knowing the ramifications, without knowing what they're capable of or how they're doing it. If MaxTech can control these things and reproduce in mass, That's not good. Would you agree?
Yeah.
They'd be able to possibly use an army that'd be indistinguishable.
That being said, it's an investigatory mission. If you find this child, and the mother, or the father, they're to be brought back here alive. I'm not in the business of killing replicants, humans. They're to be brought back here alive. If you can't find them, any information you can find, bring it back here. Your pilot's here. She gestures towards the helipad you can see from her office. Her name's Pequod. She's one of the best we have here. Go out and meet her, and you'll head to Seattle. It should take you less than 2 hours to get there.
Understood.
Now remember, you're members of EarthGov military. Everybody's going to know that. That being said, you're going into an EarthGov city on Earth. People are generally speaking are going to be neutral towards you, if not happy to see you. So don't go shooting up the streets and making the headhunters look bad.
Understood, man.
She walks up to her control panel. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
She walks up to her control panel, and as you're leaving, she says, "Boys, I don't accept failure."
We won't let you down, man.
Very good. She turns and goes back to some type of conference call she was in, and you're free to leave.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
And in the business of killing, then why'd you freaking hire us?
So as you walk up, you see these two cute little blondes talking it out. The pilot looks over at you. They're gesturing, talking about something. The pilot looks over at you guys, turns around. "Hey!" And she waves.
Hello there.
"My name is," and she walks up. Oh, there you go. You close the distance. Good. You're a go-getter. She puts her hand out. "My name is Pequod. I'll be your pilot. This will be your vertibird."
I heard a bird.
Hello, people. My name is Sharian. Beautiful piece of engineering, though.
"Thank you." She taps the hull of it. "Bertha's been through a lot, but she's good to go. She's the best vertibird I've ever piloted. Speaking of which, what's your names? Your unit name?"
Didn't we say it was like Charlie Foxtrot or something like that?
Yes.
Tell her.
Charlie Foxtrot, man.
"Oh, cool. Okay. I just wanted to know. I need to know your call sign. Charlie Foxtrot. I'm Pequod. That's Bertha. And apparently Saris. Now, Saris is a vampire. It's pretty obvious at this point. Saris will be coming with us on this one. Commander Integra wants her along, but she'll be riding shotgun with me. I guess since it's your first mission, she'll just be observing, and should things go south, she'll be there to help out, if need be. Is there anything you want to do before we set out? We do have a timetable to keep." She's looking at her data pad on her wrist computer. "You're going to be meeting a contact in the city, EarthGov SIS operative named Agent K."
I'm prepared to leave.
Yeah.
Also, pleasure to meet you, ma'am. And puts his hand out for Saris.
Sarah shakes your hand. She has a British accent, as per usual. I'm not going to try to replicate one. She says, "Pleasure to be along on this mission. Interested to see what you two can do, especially that one." And she points at Julie.
Oh, you're interested in me? Thanks.
She looks over at you. "Is he always so weird?
Yes, but not like this.
Is he always so not happy?"
Again, yes, but not like this.
"Okay, fair enough. Let's go." And they board the vertibird, and you board with them. So, inside of the futuristic vertibird, it flies super fast. You gotta stay buckled into your seats. If there's any roleplay you two want to do among yourselves, go ahead while I prep something.
Oh my god, sure as fuck beats the hell out of that fucking train.
Train? Oh, yeah. Anyway, got 2 hours to burn. You know that game Rock, Paper, Scissors? Saw a couple guards playing that.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Well, he puts his fist out.
Alright.
Well,
Okay, roll 1d4, and I don't know, odds win, evens lose, I guess. I don't know. It's a good idea.
Probably should have called that before.
Odds win, evens lose. Come on, you gotta roll an odd there, Ash, to make him re-roll. So, it's at this time you realize that your headsets are connected up to Saris up front riding shotgun, co-pilot, and Pequod. And Pequod goes, train? When were you on a train?
Honestly,
uh,
I can't quite remember. I remember being in it, but not when. That's strange.
Yeah, that is strange. Saris, are there even any trains left? She goes, there are some in the United Kingdom, Great Britain, some countrysides in the United States, but nothing like way, way back in the early 2000s and prior to that. Where do you two come from?
that's on a need-to-know basis. Yeah.
Honestly,
Pequod giggles.
I'm not sure of that either. Don't remember much before joining EarthGov. Mostly a blur of events, not really anything specific.
Pequod says, like what, Charlie Foxtrot?
A train. Oh my god.
It was really dark at one point.
I guess you could call it home life. That much I do remember quite vividly, although I'd rather not. Just blurry fractions of events, of parties, of party once, asshole bureaucrats, just bullshit like that.
So Pequod hits something on her headset, so does Saris, and you can see it, but you can't hear what they're saying. Saris hands Pequod a $20 EarthGov bill, and she says, "You are right. These are the two weirdest headhunters to ever join the Headhunters." And Pequod says, "I could tell just by looking at that Julius one. There's something wrong with both of them. Kind of cute, but something wrong with both of them."
They're not far off.
So, you make your way to Seattle, big, sprawling mega city. Pequod lands way on the outskirts, and she says, "Make your way in on foot. I'll be monitoring you guys from outside the city. If you need me, call for me." So, you make your way. You're like just like half a mile outside the city. You walk. It's not like dystopian or anything like that. The land is lush and stuff like that, but once you get about 1,000 feet away from the city, it's mega structure futuristic city, right? Like there's no grass, there's nothing like that. And you see a huge entrance, like think a gigantic archway, futuristic gate. You find yourselves now on some of these maps, the way the proportions are, I've blown up character tokens because it's just, again, I don't like squinting or zooming in 20 times to fucking see something. So you'll see that every once in a while on the map. Doesn't mean they're gigantic EarthGov troopers. They're just regular dudes. And there's two EarthGov troopers. They have their lancers, and they're just talking. They're standing at their guard post. One's smoking. One's got some dip in, spitting, got his helmet off. And they see you guys come to the entrance of the city, and one of them says, "Welcome to the slums." "Oh, what's up, buddy?" He recognized you guys are fellow troopers.
Just here on mission, sir.
Mission. Roger Dodger. He notices your headhunter's patch on your shoulder, and I won't ask any more questions. Pushes a button. The hollow gate that was up, like a photonics resonance barrier, blue force field, in other words, goes down. Head in. This is the slums. Can be a tough place. Just watch your six down here.
Understood. Thank you.
No problem.
I like those guys. They're fun.
Now, you find yourself right here, main street of the slums. You should be down. Again, you're small, everybody else is big. And just people going about their business. You see some potential hookers, stuff like that. Some poor dude sitting on the side of the street. I won't go into any more detail. If you're interested in detail, you can find out when you get into the city, main street of the slums. Pequod comes over the radio and she says, "Don't forget, follow your wrist computers. You should see a layout of the city streets that'll tell you how to get to Agent K."
Understood. Thank you, ma'am.
So it's telling you to go straight ahead. But whatever you want to do, go.
On the way by, Ash is gonna just look this guy up and down. Perception, I guess.
Sure. He looks. You can see he's got a bottle of liquor, Mohawk vodka. He's mumbling to himself. He breaks the bottle and looks up at you. "Hey, boy,
Hello there.
you got any drink on you?
Sadly, I do not.
Help an old timer out, man. I need my drink."
Sorry, man. As much as I wish I could help, I'm tapped out.
Tapped out. He staggers over to tapped out. "Look at all that fancy glowy armor. Look at this one." He walks up. He pushes Julius. "Tapped out. You're EarthGov troops. Give me some money, please."
Julius is just gonna look at Ash and stare at him like, "Can I?"
No killing yet. Listen, man. We're here on work. Don't have anything on us at the moment.
Fine. EarthGov trash troop. And he goes back and sits down and slumps over and kind of against the neon sign.
Walks over, picks up the bottle, or at least, you know how when you smash a bottle, like the neck and like half of it remains together?
Yes.
Picks that up, looks at it, throws it in the trash, gets back to Julius and starts walking. And I have someone can drink that swill.
Did you just throw away his litter? Are you that much of a law-abiding citizen that you would do that?
It was more out of the curiosity of what he was drinking, and at that point you might as well throw it away.
Yeah, I guess.
I went through the effort of picking it up. Alright, let's get back to where we're going and hopefully not have any more almost hicks, strangely enough, jump us.
Just like Blade Runner, there's tons of, like you've seen in the movies. Some people look well off. Oh, okay, good. I'm glad. I got worried for a second. Creating a new Twitch account's very easy. You know that. I'm sure you know that. But so you see, some people are well off, some not. I think the Chinese people with the umbrellas, stuff like that from the movie. Go ahead, keep going.
Alright. Just keep going.
Sure.
Julius is gonna keep his eye out for anyone who's eyeing the both of them.
Perception.
So, 19.
He isn't per se on the map, but he has been following you, peeking out from alleyways, and you've picked up a guy. This is what he'll look like. Blow him up so you can see him. But yeah.
Would he notice if it was EarthGov or something else?
If he's EarthGov, he's undercover for sure. He's not wearing any insignias, anything like that. I mean, you'd be able to deduce, like, if he's EarthGov, he's on Earth, in an EarthGov city, Mecha City, Mega City. he'd have nothing to hide unless there was a reason to hide his EarthGov insignias or stuff like that. So you'd be able to figure that out 2 and 2. Because you see the EarthGov troops everywhere. You see other troops, just like the guys at the door, guys on and off duty. There's no reason to hide it here in the, capital planet, right?
Julie is gonna make that known to Ash by just putting his pointer fingers together to make it known that someone's watching them.
Alright. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Keep moving towards the next map.
As you're walking by, this guy's smoking a vape pen or something. Says, "You guys give your boys a lift anywhere?"
No, thank you, sir.
No, that's
Oh.
fine, thank you.
All right. These hooker ladies whistle at you.
Alright, let's keep going.
They
Maybe
like
sometime-
you, Ash. They like you. Maybe you should go to one.
Maybe next time we have spending money. Aye?
You make your way down the street. You're following your wrist computer. It's taking you down Main Street. Tells you to take a right-hand turn. And you're seeing your little, your contact on your mini-map. She should be right down the street. And you do see a girl in a mask. She has no EarthGov insignias on her. And a Kenku, who has just like a scabbard of small knives talking down here. And this fellow, now that you know, well, they all moved, I think, but yeah, it's okay. This fellow, now that you know he's on you, is going to disappear. You don't see him anywhere here now, but yeah, that was a good roll.
Let's keep going. As we're going, I'm gonna try to keep an eye out for our new friend.
Sure. You caught a glimpse of him popping out of alleys like here, and he's disappeared since you made the right-hand turn coming down here.
Okay.
And your wrist computers are telling you this is Agent K. She's waiting for you up here. And she's talking to a Kenku.
Alright, let's make our way this.
Yep. Yeah, they're gonna make their way up.
As you get up to her, she turns around. The Kenku kind of looks at you guys, and she says, "Headhunters," walks up to you.
Yes, ma'am, you must be Agent K.
Yes, sir. She has like a Velcro patch on her jacket, and she pulls it up, revealing EarthGov SIS insignia, hides it, and she says, "So, let's get to work, shall we? You weren't tailed, were you?"
There's a very strong chance we have been. We've noticed somebody following us through here.
What did he look like?
He had these binocular glasses on, black short hair, I believe, and he'll just go into describing him.
She looks over her shoulder at the Kenku. The Kenku nods and flies off. And he goes, he's above some of the lower slum city building skylines flying around. And she says, "Oh, good."
Lost him a few moments ago, but last I saw, he's gonna motion over. He was ducking in and out of the alleys over there.
She looks at you and says, "There's something more going on here than just an android and a human reproducing, I think. Something much more. Follow me."
Yes, ma'am.
She takes you up and down some winding streets until you find yourselves outside of, I'll make her smaller, outside of a large building. Very large, looks like a nightclub kind of thing going on, but it's empty now. She walks up to the back entrance, points at the door. "Show me your skills, headhunter."
Alright. Looks at the door. I'm assuming it's locked.
It is locked, yep.
Alright. Let's see what I can do here. Ash is going to try and pick the lock.
Okay. It's an old lock, just like Tumblr kind of lock, no futuristic thing going
I
on.
didn't put lock pick, but it should be. 1 sec.
Julius picked. You're easily able to pick the old school tumbler style lock. The door opens. Agent K draws a pistol, pokes her head in the door, looks around. Well, my Kenku, you can follow her in if you choose. She's gonna talk one way or another. My Kenku scout was right. The building is empty. Apparently, this is where the birth, she does the air quotes thing with her fingers, happened. Investigate the building, find where it happened. I'm gonna go try to pull anything off the cameras, and she points to all these deactivated cameras around the main area of the club. I'm gonna see if I can pull any footage off those.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to split up or look together?
Split up, cover more ground.
Alright, I'll head down this way.
Julius will head to the bath.
Okay. Let's go with Julius first. So you find a locked door, but it's not locked. It feels like there's something blocking the inside.
So he would have to force it open.
Yes.
If he was able to.
If you wanted to, yeah.
I mean, like, there ain't no shame in trying, right?
Nope.
Would that be a strength check to open it up?
Yeah.
At 10.
So you push on it, anime veins popping out of your fucking head. It's not going anywhere, though.
Hey, Ash, you remember how I said we should cover more ground?
You need some help?
Just come here.
Ash has been watching this whole time because he heard the scraping of boots against the floor. Alright.
You both can do another strength check, and we'll add it up.
Okay.
That's more like it. Yeah, okay. So you heave-ho, push, the door goes open. All this shit on the inside falls over. Just, stuff in the bathroom. Looks like some medical equipment and some strange equipment that would be unfamiliar to your eyes is all over the floor. As well as bloody rags and all the stuff that goes along with giving birth. In terms of, like, the, rags, medical equipment, stuff like that. But no body, nothing.
Oh.
Say we found
Well.
where they gave birth.
Yeah? Hey, Kay?
She comes walking up. Oh! Door open. She moves out of the way. She moves into the room, bobbing and weaving between you guys. She looks at the mess on the ground. Apparently somebody didn't want anybody getting in here.
Well, given what I assume happened in here, I can't blame them.
She looks down at the equipment. She pulls up. Have you ever seen Blade Runner when he gives the test to that Rachel chick near the beginning? Pulls up something that looks like that. And she's staring at it and she says, "That's interesting. It's a memory imprinting device. Why would they have this here?" She hands it to you, Julius. You know what that is?
No, ma'am.
So, synthetics, androids, replicants, whichever you prefer, most of them have given memories from other people's minds. This can imprint memories onto an android. I'm not sure why they'd have this here if an android was giving birth, unless they wanted to imprint some type of important memories onto it. And then it looks like she has a eureka moment. A child. And a child's brain, though I don't know much about androids giving birth, would be a blank slate. A pure blank slate. That's the key. Max Tech wouldn't have any way unless they had the child physically in their grasps, to know what's on it. And she looks kind of puzzled, and this is weird.
Is there any way we can access the memories that were put onto the blank slate?
I'll try. She puts the memory thing down on... Well, she walks out here because there's no table. She puts it down. I'll try and see if there's anything still on it. You guys go around, see if you can find anything else.
Okay. So, just thinking out loud, so the idea would be that they'd be using the kid as like a storage device?
Yes, potentially, because I don't know much about android biology and giving birth. Trust me, it doesn't happen every day. But if an android and human made a baby, it would be a pure blank slate. Something that Max Tech would have no way to get through, their neural networks. Because androids you see made by Max Tech, for the most part, are all connected to a neural network uplink, and Max Tech can tap into any of the androids at any given time, which is why this is so dangerous.
It's a natural vault. Ash wouldn't quite know what a firewall is, but it's like the walls to a castle, but naturally built.
Yeah. Oddly said, but well said. Where do you come from? And she looks at.
Honestly, I don't got a fucking clue myself.
Fair enough. Continue looking around. Continue your sweep. There might be more clues around here. I'll play with this.
Are there
You go ahead.
are there blood trails coming out of the bathroom, like blood being tracked out?
It looks like there's blood trails that went into the bathroom, not blood trails from like dripping rags and stuff like that, and they end around here in the middle of the room. But yeah. Ash, you come to a locked door. This door has a unique lock on it. It's a computerized lock on it. Somebody, just like a lock they can buy, like a padlock, like a computer padlock. Somebody padlocked that door. You're looking to this room.
Well, if they padlocked it, then they're probably trying to keep out something important. I don't think Ash has anything that could let him pick that.
You hear Agent K say, "What?" And she walks up to you. "What's this?" And she looks at the lock on the door. Here. She hands you a small computer device. Your lock picks that you have there, hanging off your armor, this computer is like that. Give it a try, learn how to use it.
Okay.
She goes back to fiddling around.
Same roll?
Yeah. Yeah, so you take to it quick. There's not much to it on these not so sophisticated computer padlocks. You put it up to it, it scans, and just like Alien Isolation, you gotta play like a little mini game or something, and the door opens.
Well, let's see what we've got inside. Walk in, take a good look around, see if I notice anything.
Inside the room, you find the body of a female, and I'm not going to go into too descriptive, but she's dead, and she's definitely looks like she's given birth. I'm not going to go into any more of a description than that.
Okay, you might want to come in here.
I'll be there in a second. Julius, go assist.
We've got
Yeah,
a dead
okay.
body.
Oh boy. My favorite. She brings the device with her. She comes in the room, and she's almost shocked by the sight. She is... Is that the android?
Well, it gave birth.
Are you sure? I've never given birth myself. And she goes in for a closer look at... Oh yeah, that is definitely her. Julius, grab her wrist. There should be a barcode under her skin. Scan it with this, and she hands you a device.
He takes the device and, like, gingerly with 2 fingers picks up the wrist, scans it.
It comes back. Her name was Rachel 509. She is, in fact, an android. She is a Nexus 1 model. She's old, but old doesn't mean not advanced. Agent K tells you, Nexus 1. That's when they were first making these things. They were trying a lot of different radical new technologies. Didn't last. The Nexus 2s were the mass-produced models. And I use the term mass-produced loosely because EarthGov kind of did put the banhammer down on Max Tech and only let them produce so many of these things. But I suppose a Nexus 1 would make sense. She looks over at you, Ash. I guess this is something they left out of the brochures and catalogs about these things. The ability to give birth.
What's this? Feels like these things are more man than machine.
She pulls out another scanning device. Ash, scan the wound. And you know what I'm talking about by wound.
Yes, ma'am. Ash goes in to discuss it.
Looking back at her wrist computer, she definitely gave birth. And not going to go into descriptions, but like semen and stuff. Odds on there was a fertilized egg. We'll say that much. There was a fertilized egg in her somehow, which means she gave birth with a human father. That's
Wait,
not good.
could the fertilized egg have just been planted in her?
It could be, but it wouldn't make sense if they were trying and she has the device still in her hands, the memory imprinter. It wouldn't make sense if they were trying to imprint certain memories onto an android. This wouldn't work on a human, a fertilized human or elf or Kenku, dwarf, whatever. They wouldn't come out as a complete blank slate. I mean, when you come out, you're a blank slate. When I came out, I was a blank slate. But we didn't have consciousness until around 3, 4, 5 years where we had self-awareness. I think they did this, whatever, and she gestures towards the body and kind of shakes her head. They did this to put something onto whatever came out's memory with this. And she has the device in her.
Right.
Do they have anything on them to cover the body?
Yeah, there's towels and stuff around the room.
Before we do that,
Yeah.
Ash is going to take a closer look and see if she died from giving birth or if something else killed her.
Sure, whatever you want to roll.
For that, I think insight is better for that.
She died from giving birth. She died from giving birth, and you also pick up on it. It looks like whoever was in here with her when it happened, multiple footsteps, multiple people, they left in a hurry. Something spooked them. That was not the thing that came out of her. Something spooked.
Alright. Well, you know, somebody's got the kid. We've got rough footsteps. Let's get to work,
Do one more sweep around the building. I'm going to flag this location for pickup. I'll have my Kenku scout come pick up her body, and I assume your Commander Integra will want this body back at Ravenrock.
Slay. Alright. I think Julius is gonna head up to this room right here.
Door is open.
He's gonna walk in.
You find a plethora of, though you can't loot and take guns, a plethora of firearms. Low-grade stuff, AKs, no phased weapons, but ballistic weapons, a lot of them. And small ordnance like fragmentation grenades, stuff like that.
Something that could equip a small militia.
Looks like enough to equip 6, 7 to 10 guys.
Julius will take pictures of everything that he needs to, and then walk into this room.
Same thing. More weapons and more tech, just like Agent K had. Memory implanting tech.
I think they were planning to do it multiple times.
You saying
Hey,
that?
Maybe this one was just a test run. See if it could happen.
You're explaining what you see over the earpiece, I'd assume?
Oh yeah.
Low-tech weaponry as EarthGov standards go, right? I don't know, for me that doesn't sound like this is directly related. It almost doesn't sound like it's directly related to Max Tech then, because would they finish someone with low-tech weaponry when they're the most powerful supplier in the galaxy?
Agent K comes over the radio. Unless they were using like a burner group of mercenaries, a group that could be hired and thrown away, probably not. Especially if this was important to Max Tech.
Then there's the possibility that Max Tech can directly connected to what's going on here, which would make sense if they're trying to use the child as a blank slate.
Go check the computers, Ash. Use the lockpick tool I gave you. See if you can hack in and get anything off the camera footage.
Alright, the computers are... can you ping where they are? Oh, I see them. Thank you.
Yep, yep.
That way.
Okay. You're barely able to get it to work. There's not a lot of footage left. The computers come on, and you can see the last 45 seconds of the camera footage that went on in here. And you hear screams, giving birth. We're not going to go into any more detail than that. You hear people panicking. That's the wrong. And these guys wouldn't look familiar to your eyes at this point in your career, but Max Tech Commandos, that's what they would be. You've seen them before in Squad Sigma much later into your careers, right? You've seen bodies of them. They were the guys during the assassination mission guarding the city. You see a squad of 3 of these guys rolled up, started shooting. You can see footage from the back door grabbing what looks like a small child. A couple guys, and they ran out and ran away. A couple other guys gave their lives, which would explain some of the blood trails around here. Fighting these guys, they got destroyed. They got wrecked by this small commando squad. And the commando squad, you can see one of them's issuing orders to get rid of the bodies, and that's it. Cut the power to the building. And then you can't see what they did after because the camera's cuts out, but you can assume they got rid of bodies, stuff like that, and then left.
I'm gonna download the data to the RISC computer and say over the mic as I'm watching it what's going on. Alright, so Max Tech has the kid. Oh no, Max Tech doesn't. So it looks like they got away without the kid, with the kid. But Max Tech knows the kid exists.
You relay the footage to her over the RISC computer, does it for you. She's looking at it. Max Tech Commandos coming in and shooting up citizens in an EarthGov city. How did they even get into the city? Let alone, why do they care about this? And she's gesturing towards the body of this poor android woman. Why would they care? I don't get it.
Well, you said that they're trying to basically use the child as a vault, right?
That's a theory. I don't know for sure.
Well, it would explain what Max Tech wants, at least why they'd be so interested, because with something like this, like her, the android, gods know what information from Max Tech she might have had in her head, or what might have been on that device. If it was able to be stored in a way that Max Tech can't access, the biggest arms dealer on the planet having designs, plans, anything locked away and possibly leaked, it's a big issue for them.
You're smarter than you look, Headhunter.
I'll take that as a compliment, ma'am.
Julius, you took pictures of everything in the other room?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Come on. After seeing that, I don't think we should hang around here. The Kenku comp grabs her body, flies away with it. He's gonna take it to Pequod, joint operation kind of thing. We'll get to my vehicle, and I'll get you to the city outskirts. I assume that's where your rendezvous is?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, follow me. So you get into a futuristic-looking car. It's ground car, though. Don't think like the flying cars in Blade Runner. Though there are some of those. But that's mostly for, like, public transportation or corporate use. Not like corporate high-up use, but just like transporting large amounts of materials and stuff like that. So you're driving, and you get onto a superhighway, these like big highway rings that kind of wrap around all levels of the city. And as you're driving, roll a perception. You're on the highway, mind you. Okay. Let's see what Ash can do. And then... You want to roll on Ash? A perception?
Oh, I rolled one before he did. Mine's right above him.
Oh, shoot. Okay, I was waiting for that. Okay, so as you're driving, or you're riding in the car, though you're not accustomed to this like futuristic cityscape and stuff like that, your eyes aren't accustomed to it. One thing you notice is when she pulled off the highway to take an exit, just like the highways in our world today, she took an exit and she got down more into another residential part of the slums. She gets down onto a street and she says, "We're 5 minutes out of the city. Won't be long now." You notice that it's nighttime. All the street lights on this street have started to go out ahead of you. And the stoplights have gone out. And a car wreck happens in front of you. Agent K slams on the brakes. She, bam, smashes her head off the fist and her steering wheel. And there's a explosion from a rocket launcher of some type. You are knocked unconscious. I have to move you where you actually are. Julius goes flying here on top of a car. Ash, you go flying here. I'll have to... Oh, I can't see her because she's like in the fire. That's awkward. Okay, well, she's not burning alive. She is not burning alive, but she is in the car about to burn alive. So you guys come to, you stagger to your feet, and she's knocked out unconscious in the flipped over car, just like past that.
Shit. I'm gonna bolt over to her.
Yeah.
As you're doing this, you hear a poof, and you look up and you see this blue, would look like paper to your eyes, but what it is chaff. And it's chaff, and it's blue, and it's pulsing blue and purple. And there's tons of it. Multiple of these explosions have gone off in the air, and you start to hear voices and footsteps, and it's time to roll initiative. One thing I hate about Roll20 is having to click the token. I think that is the most like archaic thing about Roll20. It's like so. It's something when we first started playing in that other game a long time ago. I always said like, well, they'll change this over time, and to this day they have yet to do it. It blows my mind. I guess it's something with the coding, but like I feel like if you roll the initiative for from the character sheet, that should be enough. Because honestly, when you play against multiple opponents, this is what takes the most time. Like, it's fucking clicking all these stupid initiatives. You gotta pull up the character sheet, then you gotta click the token, then you gotta do that. It's just so asinine. Not that word. You know what I mean. Julia 9, for lack of a better word. Reorganize the initiative order. Okay, there you go. So just scroll in and look at their tokens. This is what they look like. This is what they wear. They have, you'll see weapon types and stuff like that. Let me just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, all 6. Good to go. Okay, so you guys are trying to pull her out of the car while this is happening. Give me a combined strength check to get her out. It's a 9.
I rolled an 18.
You're okay. You're good to go. You're able to pull her out. Make sure I'm on the right character sheet. Gun up in the air. Okay, so this guy, and you're hearing footsteps, you're hearing communication. you hear the sound of a body, and these are large vehicles you're riding, and slam up against this car over here, and you hear mumbling and stuff like that, and you hear one guy say, "Get them! Get them!" And this guy's turn is over. Click that off. Julius, you are up. And you can see them all, like you're looking over the car and stuff like that. You can see. You know where every single one of them is.
Julius is just gonna look at Ash, point towards her, and say, "You stay here. You got range." And he's gonna pull out his scythe, uncollapse it. 5, 10, 20. He's gonna jump onto the car hood over the guy and light up his staff or scythe.
That would be fucking cool.
And then just put the blade around the guy's neck and try to...
As he dies. Good move. Very good move.
And then he's gonna jump off from the hood, take cover in front of it.
Okay. So it's this guy up here. Ash, you're looking over the car, albeit it's on fire and stuff like that, but you can see this guy, and you can see he's gesturing, hand motions and stuff like this. This guy up here. And you're able to discern, just from your basic military EarthGov training, the hand gestures he's giving, the posture of the other guys, this guy's the leader for sure. He runs up here. And he hits Julius with a silenced 10mm pistol for 6 points of damage. And that will conclude his turn. One of his underlings. Grab the right guy. This guy does about the same. Comes up here. And it would not be familiar to your ears. But Ash, you hear the plasma rifle sound from Fallout 3. And it hits you just right in the chest for 15 points of damage. You're like peeking over the car and pew, right in the chest. This guy has a plasma rifle. That concludes his turn. You're up.
Alright. They should both be in range of a shotgun, I believe.
The Julius gun.
Alright.
The range on the buckshot is it's like 10. Hang on. You took buckshot, right?
Yes.
It's 10, 110. Like slugs are like crazy long range. Buckshot, it's still long, but not, crazy long.
So I'd have disadvantage hitting that one.
For now, yeah.
Okay, then pistols it is. I'm gonna move right here against her car. Pull out the pistols, grab the neck, and take first shot at him, the commander.
Okay. Ping! Nice, good shot. He's not down, but that hurts for sure. He rolls, he gets hit, and he rolls over onto his side. Grabs his side. Motherfucker!
Take another shot.
Nice. Hit him in the side again. They have a shooter!
You can call that, and I'm gonna take my bonus action attack. And, yeah, there you go. Is he still up?
He's on the ground. He'll get up on his next turn.
Okay. For now, I'm gonna hold off on action surging. I'm just gonna duck behind the car using it to cover.
Okay, and so this guy actually went out of turn because it was this guy, but the icons on the fucking initiative order are too fucking small, and I can't make them any. No, yeah, you can just. Okay, well, anyway, it should have been this guy, not the plasma rifle guy. But we'll keep the damage he did to you with the plasma rifle, and we're going to just put this guy up here, and he's not going to attack to make up for that misplay. I actually think with his weapon, he would have to even be closer. I don't know. Okay, this guy. I gotta see what he can do. I wrote these up fucking years ago. Not years ago. A while ago. Okay. So this guy runs up here, and he jumps on top of the car. Now, he has what's called a... Imagine if you know what a BAR is. Imagine a futuristic version of it, kind of. Not the ugly-looking one from Fallout 4. Browning automatic rifle from like World War II, but a futuristic version of it. This will be your introduction to a phased weapon. He's holding it low, and Julius right in the chest for 9 points of damage with it. That will conclude his turn. And now it's this guy up here making the weird hand motion. I have to check his weapon before I do anything. Oh. Close his character sheet. He's going to have to move. He was here. So he's going to move here and slam up against the car. And that will conclude his turn. But it would be foreign to your eyes, but a laser RCW from New Vegas, he has something that looks a lot like that. Slams up against the side of the car, ends his turn. Back to the top of the order, enjoy.
He's gonna light up his boots.
Hi.
Then, he's gonna 5, 10, run around here, try to take a scythe and cut at the Achilles tendon. Both of them at this guy.
Okay. 13 to hit. Nice. So dropping him, boom, on his back, on top of the hood of the vehicle.
That damage was for martial arts. There, that's the damage.
Okay. Drops him on his back, boom, slams his head against the back of the chassis of the vehicle. Not dead, but definitely lying there like a moron.
That's all he can do.
Okay. So this guy here, I described him being on the ground. He has to spend his whole turn getting back up. Now it's actually this guy, not this guy. Oh, God. Everything's so small. Assailant number 6. There we go. Let's see. So, he has a black rifle that looks like an AK. And Ash, he fires, and these are phased bullets, but he misses, so they hit. Like, well, they're coming in at you, and you see him raise the gun, right? And you duck, and it ting, 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 ting against the car chassis right here. But they leave behind these huge, gaping, burning holes, because they're, again, you wouldn't be accustomed to phased weaponry yet, but whatever they got's pretty badass.
Yeah.
Now it's your turn. Because this guy had to spend his whole turn getting up, and this guy missed, so...
Alright, I'm gonna take a shot at more shots at our friend over there.
The commander?
Yep. I'm gonna make that one a winging shot using a grit, so he needs to make a, what is it, a DC 16 strength saving throw, or be knocked on his ass.
He does not make it. So he falls back. You said 16, right?
Yep.
He does not make it.
Alright, second shot, same guy.
Dead. How does he die?
First shot's gonna knock him on his ass as his head hits the ground. The second shot's gonna go from the bottom of his helmet up through the top of his head.
Okay, he is off the board.
Bonus action shot. I'm gonna look over at the guy who just shot me with the plasma rifle and take a shot at him. So that's
Put my iced tea down. Ping it again. This guy?
Plasma rifle guy, yeah.
Okay. Alright, anything else?
No. Duck back behind the car.
Plasma rifle, bro. He's gonna run up here, slide against the side of the car, and a glob of plasma hits Ash for 15 points of damage, concluding his turn.
Did I try to eyeless that?
Yeah.
So it would only be a -4 if we're still going to Squad Sigma.
Yeah. Go ahead. Misses now. So it would miss. So that's him. BAR guy is... I'll give him disadvantage. Okay, so he's on his back. His Achilles heels are cut, and he tries to roll around and shoot at Julius, but he's gonna miss. He's at disadvantage, so he's gonna miss. And it's arm up in the air guy over here. Let's just fucking name them by their posture. That would be easy. So you see him bring up what? Fallout New Vegas, laser RCW. He brings it up and you see just a hail of red laser bolts. It would probably be the first time you've really seen laser weaponry coming at Julie. Hitting for 30 points of damage.
There we go.
Shit.
That will conclude his turn, and we are back to the top of the Juilliard.
Jesus Christ, you rolled max damage. That's scary.
He's got probably the second, well, in some ways the best gun in the group, in other ways second best. Julius is down. Where is this guy? It's this guy's turn. He's gonna get up on top of the car here. He misses. But he was trying to shoot you, Ash, but he misses, so... Well, these are massive vehicles, so you duck again, motherfucker! Your turn.
Alright, the recovery gun, I can see him to use it, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna pop that off at Julius with my... It costs an attack, right?
No, it's like a med pack. It's like a bonus action.
Alright, I'll use
I
my-
probably forgot to say it, but yeah.
Drop the bonus action to do that.
So you see the darts splatter, and there's all these green nanites as this poor guy's writhing on the ground, or on the top of the car, and Julius is now up and at him. And again, you can use these things on yourself or each other or an NPC or whatever, but yeah. Think of these as your med packs. They're the only med packs you're ever going to get, for the most part, but they're way more dynamic than, like, the med packs you played with in Squad Sigma.
Okay.
And they can get much better.
Alright. Seeing that things are not going well at the moment, I'm going to swap the pistols for the shotgun.
Okay.
And I'll take my first shot at our buddy right here.
Sure.
That should be 3d8, shouldn't it? Don't know why it says 4.
It says 3.
Yeah,
Doesn't
I
it?
accidentally
It
put
says 3D.
4. I listed it as 3d4, not 3d8.
Oh, I see, yeah. Oh well.
There. Quick fix.
Well, he gets a mouthful of fucking bird shot. Julie! I mean, kind of thing.
Yep. Turn, looking at our friend down here. And I'm going to spend a grit with Deadeye to offset the disadvantage and take a shot at him.
Okay.
That should have been with advantage, but I guess I'll roll it again in case it crits, but it doesn't matter. Yep, there you go.
Okay. Any Jewel L?
Yeah, things are not fun, so I'm gonna action search right here. Alright, how many shots does it take before I need to reload this?
Pistols or shotgun?
Shotgun.
Shotgun is 4 shots.
4? Alright, I got 2 more. Spend another grit for a second shot at this boy. Alright, that's good on him. And then shot at the, I guess one more at him without grit this time.
Oh yeah. God, I actually had the wrong token for Ceres. I have this one. I like that one better.
Alright, there we go. For those 2 shots, the last 3 I guess went in.
Okay.
And for a bonus action, I'm gonna reload and that on my turn.
Dope one. So yeah, I forgot. Because there's a difference between her tokens. It's actually important for a later session. Silly me. There we go. Now, if you can't tell by the initiatives roll, your backups arrive. Let me tell you. So imagine the side door of the vertibird is open. Check the initiative order where they actually went in it. So they're going to get to take their turns because they're above these. They're arriving as Ashes, going fucking ham. And Ceres, the door's open. Ceres has a huge rifle in her hand. She's going to hit Mr. Laser RCW in the head, but his whole upper body explodes, blowing him away. Let's see what your vertibird can do. And Pequod with the chain gun is going to cut this guy down around, and as well as like the street and other cars in the area, blowing that guy away. And Ceres comes over the radio and says, "Oi, Julius, finish him up." And you can take your turn now, Julius.
He's just gonna stand up and spin the scythe around to cut off his head.
Roll it just for log's sake. Damn it. But yeah. No referencing Hunt. I'm the only one to do it. Great. So that guy gets his head chopped off. And the vertibird lands right up here. Agent K still unconscious, but she's starting to wake up. And you can stay if you want, but whatever you want.
I'd say it's a good time to get the fuck out of here. Alright, let's have both of you into it, because you both need it, and I'm gonna help, put her arm over my shoulder and help Kay into the vertibird.
Alright, Ceres assists once you get closer. You get in, hatch closes, and you're on your way back to Julius Rock. Anything you want to do on the journey time there is totally up to you. Yeah, I was using the wrong token for it.
Well, that could have gone worse. You alright there, Julius?
Oh, I'm fine. I went through worse.
I believe it. Thank you for the assist there, Ceres. Appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. Wasn't just me. Pequod figured you guys might need some help. You were late for rendezvous.
Thank you to you too, Pequod.
No problem. And then you see her look at Ceres, and she mouths the word, "They're very weird." But good fighters.
Badass cannon you had there.
Ah, it's the Helconen. Custom-made weapon made for me by Integra herself. Pretty neat. And she pats the side of it. It's huge. Like, just like the reference image, like, the gun is almost bigger than her. The first thing in the channel. It's big, almost bigger than her. It's huge. But she's very strong and able to wield it, because though she's a fledgling vampire, she's still a vampire, right? She's not a true one because she hasn't drank yet.
Well, She is a beauty, I'll say that much.
Oh, one of these days you could try her out at the shooting range in the armory.
I would. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh, anytime, any place, anywhere.
You doing alright, Kane?
She's like passed out. Like, yeah, I'm okay. I just have a really bad headache right now.
Yeah, I would too at that point. Good to see you're alright though. We'll get you to the med bay as soon as we get back.
Pequod comes over the radio. We'll drop her off at the SIS branch outside of Seattle. You'll have to report to her superiors there.
Understood.
I don't know, you guys want to play another riveting game of rock, paper, scissors on your way back?
Not this time.
Okay, so you land back at Raven Rock. Steris goes her own way. She goes to talk to some of the other troops around the base. Pequod jumps out of the vertibird. You'll want to head and see Commander Integra. Nice mission out there for your first showing.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, she doesn't outrank you. She's your, same rank as you guys. So you don't have to be, if you don't want to, you don't have to. I assume you call her ma'am just to be nice, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever made her rank clear.
It's more of the still figuring things out uncomfortable thing Ash is in right now.
Yeah. Before you leave, she says, honestly, I don't think you guys needed us to show up. I'm glad we did, but it looks like you had the situation under control for the most part.
I'd like to think we did, but I'm never going to complain about help.
Fair enough. Go see Commander Integra.
Will do. Let's go, Julius. Do you need me to help you? Do you need me to help you walk your way in?
Oh, shut up, British boy.
British boy.
You see Pequod kind of scratching her head and saying, yep, that's the weirdest group of headhunters I've ever taken around. So you guys make your way in. Commander Integra is watching footage from, your armor has cameras on it, stuff like that. And she's also watching footage from some of the cameras on the buildings that didn't get affected by the chaff grenade. And she's stroking her chin, got a cigarette in her mouth, and she's mumbling to herself. And she turns around, boy, glad to see you back in one piece.
Glad to be here, ma'am.
What can you tell me about these assailants? The video quality, it isn't so great.
Organized, obviously, if not military, then trained in some way. As a commanding officer, they were all taking orders from, so I would assume more military than not. Advanced weaponry. He's gonna kind of point to the mark on his chest. Not sure what it was, but it lobbed a ball of like a glowing goo at me. Hurt like hell.
Plasma rifle.
Okay. Another gun that, how do I put it? Shot what looked like small scorching rays.
Laser rifle.
Laser rifle. Rifle looked to be similar to an AK. Fired normal bullets that left large, gaping, semi-melted holes in the car around us.
She pulls up a bullet from off the table. She has, some weapons among the table, and the bullet is glowing. This is phased ammunition. The bullets are coated in plasma.
Understood. What was the other one wielding? Large rifle. Not sure of the specification. Did he catch anything of their armor? Like
all metal armor. Strange, like metal combat armor. Not high end, just metal combat armor.
Metal combat armor. Didn't seem as high end as the weaponry they were using, but notable in and of itself.
Strange. Well armed. Not so much in armor. Somewhat coordinated. They obviously had access to some type of ordnance. She clicks on one of the video screens and pauses right on the frame where you could see a rocket coming down as you were riding in the car that hit the car ahead of you. So they had some type of ordnance system, rocket launcher. Interesting. What of the child?
No information as of yet on whereabouts, but he's gonna, I guess, show the footage from the camera. We don't know exactly where it is yet, but Max Tech is aware of its existence, and it appears that whoever helped her deliver, because she has since passed, whoever helped her deliver was, what was the thing called? A memory implanter, is what it was?
Memory imprint. Yep.
A memory imprinting device, and a working theory is it looks like whoever had the child was looking to use it as a vault for information, or something of the sort.
She's watching the footage you show her of the Max Tech commandos coming in and shooting up a building in the slums, albeit, but a building in the slums on an EarthGov city on Earth, and she looks shocked. Just what in the hell is going on?
Julius will also show her the pictures that he took of the weaponry and all the memory imprinters that he saw.
What could be so important to go through all this trouble to have a blank slate of a child's mind, an android human hybrid child's mind, to hide?
Permission to speak freely?
Granted.
Well, an assumption is Max Tech's obviously looking to stop them, so the biggest arms manufacturer in the galaxy, possibly experimental weaponry.
That's a good guess. I'm not sure.
Would Ash be aware of mobile suits at this point?
Nah. Nope.
Alright.
Not yet.
That's my best guess. Experimental weaponry or proprietary information, trading between businesses, some kind of important information that Max Tech really wants to keep secret would be my best guess. Something that could hurt them if a competitor got away with it.
A fair assumption. Well, I'm impressed. Not only were you able to dispatch most of your attackers before Pequod and Sarah showed up, you were ambushed, dead to rights, and you were able to hold out just long enough. Excellent fighting, boys.
Thank you, man.
Julius will just nod.
Go rest up. I'll have your next mission for you in a few days. Take some time to rest and do some studying. You seem very out of place here in this time. And she kind of looks at you, Ash. I've been told you carry around a very archaic set of handguns. Care to explain?
Well, I can't exactly remember much of where I'm from, apologies, but the pistols I carry around I built back a few years ago. The pepper box I built by hand. The other one was built for me to specifications by a smith. I just don't remember where. More archaic living. It's all a fog. My best guess is a colony on some less advanced planet, maybe?
An independent colony? There are some more or less advanced independent colonies out there. Some of them bigger than you might think.
Apologies, but I just can't remember no matter how hard I try. But, you could say they have sentimental value. I learned how to shoot with the pepper box, having built it myself.
That would explain why you're such a good shot with handguns, but these, and she displays your assault rifle shooting scores. Oddly enough, Julius's are somehow better than yours, at least in the assault rifle category. Maybe he got lucky. That would explain these horrid scores, and this one absurdly high one, as she points to your pistol shooting score from basic training.
I did better than you?
Yes, something about the kick on the rifle. It's hard to get used to.
Pequod walks in, salute. Integra salutes back at her. Okay, boys, you can give yourself a full heal for next week. Go get some rest. Get a little more accustomed to things here on Earth. In the future, you strike me as people who came from somewhere very archaic. Perhaps we'll look into that for you. But get some rest, and I'll have your next mission for you in a few days. I'm going to consult with Agent K's liaisons, her superiors, and we'll keep working on finding this child.
Thank you, ma'am. Will do.
As you're leaving, you hear Pequod lean into Commander Integra and say, "There." And that will conclude this week's session.